Good afternoon, everyone. Let us start. Today we shall take up a new chapter, Chapter 6, Manufacturing Industries. Now let me present my screen. So this is the name of this chapter, Manufacturing Industries, Chapter 6 of your NCERT Geography textbook. Here in this box you'll find a story of someone called Harish. Actually, he wondered about the articles, items sold in the market. But his father explained that all those articles, items sold in the market are manufactured by machines in large quantities. So today we shall discuss about manufacturing and its importance. Here, meaning of manufacturing is given here. Let us read. Production of goods in large quantities after processing from raw materials to more valuable products is called manufacturing. Let me repeat. Production of goods in large quantities after processing from raw materials to more valuable products is called manufacturing. That means manufacturing is the process of transforming raw materials to finished goods. Okay. And we have these examples of manufacturing. Paper is manufactured from wood, then sugar from sugarcane, iron and steel from iron ore, and aluminium from bauxite. So these are a few examples of manufacturing. I think you may be familiar with this also. And so let me show you some photographs to familiarize you again. And here, this is a photograph showing paper industry. Then we have one more photograph of paper industry. So paper is manufactured from the wood pulp, from the softwood coniferous trees. Then we have a photograph showing these sugar mills. You may be seeing that sugar canes are transported to this industry, sugar mill. Then we have a photograph inside the sugar mill. So this is the manufacturing process. Then we have a photograph showing iron steel industry, inside the iron steel industry. So let us continue. People employed in secondary activities manufacture the primary materials into finished goods. People employed in secondary activities. Secondary activities include this manufacturing process. And these people employed in secondary activities, this manufacture, transform the primary material, that is raw material, into finished goods. And workers employed in steel factories, car, breweries, then textile industries, bakeries fall into this category. Means people working in secondary activities are the people employed in the factories, okay, like car manufacturing, breweries, textile industries, bakeries, etc. So in the following section we will learn about the importance of manufacturing. See here, let us read this sentence. The economic strength of a country is measured by the development of manufacturing industries. We can say this is the barometer, okay? Manufacturing is the barometer for economic development of a country. In other words, economic strength of a country is measured, determined by development of manufacturing industries. Okay, so next we have this importance of manufacturing to the economy of a country. Let us read. Manufacturing sector is considered the backbone of development in general and economic development in particular. Okay, manufacturing sector is considered the backbone of development in general and economic development in particular, mainly because of the following reasons. So what are the reasons? Let us read. So the first reason is given here. Manufacturing industries not only help in modernizing agriculture, which forms the backbone of our economy, they also reduce the heavy dependence of people on agricultural income by providing them jobs in secondary and tertiary sectors. So manufacturing industries help in modernizing agriculture. We know that manufacturing industries supply machineries for the agriculture, okay, tractors, combine harvesters, then pesticides, insecticides, fertilizers, all these are manufactured in the industries. So in this way, manufacturing industries help in modernizing agriculture. And you know, in India, agriculture is the backbone. Okay, more than this 55% of the people are engaged in this agriculture. And manufacturing industries not only help in modernizing agriculture, these manufacturing industries also reduce heavy dependence of people on agriculture income. So manufacturing industries on the one hand help in modernizing agriculture. On the other hand, manufacturing industries also reduce the heavy dependence of people on agricultural income by providing jobs in secondary and tertiary sectors. So secondary and tertiary sectors, okay, can employ more people than the agricultural sectors, and by providing more people in the manufacturing industries, pressure on the agricultural sector is reduced. Any question from your side, boys and girls? Remember, we are learning about importance of manufacturing industries. If you don't have problems, then let us continue. Industrial development is a precondition for eradication of unemployment and poverty from our country. Okay, industrial development is a precondition for eradication of unemployment and poverty in our country. So we also have learned that industries provide employment. Okay, so in this way, this industrial development is a prerequisite for the eradication of unemployment problems in India, then poverty in India. And this was the main philosophy behind public sector industries and joint sector ventures in India. Why public sector industries have been established in India? Mainly to eradicate unemployment problem, mainly to eradicate poverty. Okay, so this was the main philosophy behind the public sector industries and joint sector industries. Okay, and it was also aimed at bringing down regional disparities by establishing industries in tribal and backward areas. Another aim of the government was to bring down regional disparities by establishing industries in the tribal and backward areas. Okay, let us say here we have a country, okay, and let us suppose this area is not developed, and at the same time resources are also not found. Okay, and but if the government wants that this area be developed, then the government may establish an industry here just to eradicate poverty and just to give employment in this area. Okay, so in this way the government is establishing industries in the areas, in the backward areas, okay, in the backward areas, in the tribal areas, to bring down the regional disparities in the country. Regional disparities means regional these imbalances in development. Okay, say if some area is, for example, let us suppose this area is highly developed and this area is not developed, and again this area is highly developed and this area is not developed, that means there is regional imbalance or regional disparities. So to bring a balance in the regional development, the government has been establishing industries, okay, as mentioned here. To bring down regional disparities, the government has been establishing industries in the tribal and the backward areas. And next important point is export of manufactured goods expands trade and commerce and brings in much needed foreign exchange. So the third point tells that when we export manufactured goods, it expands the volume of this trade and commerce. Okay, and because of this export of these manufactured goods, we earn a lot of this foreign exchange. When we sell more and more manufactured goods in the foreign countries, so we get more profit and we get more foreign exchange, and hence our country will be developed. So in this way, manufacturing industries help in expanding the volume of trade and commerce and earn much needed foreign exchange. And the next important point, the fourth one, is that countries that transform their raw materials into a wide variety of finished goods of higher values are prosperous. So it means that countries that transform their raw materials, that manufactured goods, okay, earn more money than the countries exporting raw materials. So let me repeat, countries that transform their raw materials into a wide variety of finished goods of higher value are prosperous. That means countries selling finished goods are more prosperous than the countries selling raw materials. So we may give say examine one example also. Let us say we have country, okay, country A, and this country A is exporting this raw material, okay, for example iron ore is exporting. And again, let us say another country is there, country B, and exporting these wristwatches. See, when we export this iron ore, okay, when we export iron ore, so we may sell actually price, for example, price of 1 metric ton of iron may be, for example, say 5,000 rupees, let us say 5,000 rupees, for example. But see, if we convert this 1,000 kg, that is 1 metric ton, that is 1,000 kg of iron ore into these wristwatches, I think more than 1,000 watches can be manufactured. And if we sell these watches, okay, one watch at the rate of these for example 1,000 rupees, then just multiply, okay, 1,000 into 1,000. So it means that countries selling these manufactured goods, okay, earn more money than the countries selling raw materials. So this is an example. Up to here, any question, boys and girls? Any question?
No, sir.
Okay, let us proceed. Then here in this paragraph, this relationship between industry and agriculture is mentioned. Okay, agriculture and industry are not exclusive of each other. Agriculture and industry are not exclusive of each other, means there is a very close relationship between industry and agriculture, and so agriculture and industry move hand in hand. For instance, for example, okay, the agro industries in India have given a major boost to agriculture by raising its productivity. As we discussed earlier, industries provide machines, okay, for farm operations. Industries also manufacture these biochemical inputs like chemical fertilizer, pesticide, insecticide, and this will increase the productivity of the agriculture. Okay, the mode of farm operation very quick because we are using machines. We can plow thousands of hectares of land in a day, and by applying these biochemical inputs, more production can be met. Okay, and again, this agriculture in turn supplies raw material to the industries. Say, okay, say for example, agriculture provide these sugar cane, the raw material for sugar mills. Then where this agriculture is providing cotton and agriculture product, okay, for the textile industries, and likewise, okay, different crops, different food grains are supplying raw material for the these food processing industries. So in this way, agriculture in turn supplies raw material to the industries. So that is why it is said that agriculture industries are helping each other. And it is also mentioned here, see, they depend on the latter for raw material. The industries depend on the latter. Industries depend on agriculture for raw materials and sell their products and such as irrigation pumps, then fertilizer, insecticide, pesticide, plastic, PVC pipe, machines and tools to the farmers. Okay, PVC pipe, I think you may be knowing. PVC stands for PVC stands for polyvinyl chloride, right? Plastic polyethylene pipe. So it is used in irrigating the field also. So all these materials are provided by the industries to the farmers. And thus development and competitiveness of manufacturing industries has not only assisted agriculturalists in in increasing their production, but also made the production processes very efficient. Okay, because of the machineries provided by the industries, farm operation becomes very easy. So some examples of these farm machinery here. It is manufactured in India. Okay, and we have some more these different types of these equipments and machines. See here, all these are used by the farmers in India. And we have one more. Actually, I am not promoting the product, but simply I am showing the machines, okay, used in the farming operation. So all these are manufactured in the industries, and thus industries help agriculture. Up to here, any question regarding the importance of manufacturing? Okay, any question? So if you don't have, then let us proceed. And next we have contribution of industry to national economy. Okay, contribution of industry to the national economy. Let us read. Over the last 2 decades, okay, over the last 2 decades, the share of manufacturing sector has stagnated at 17% of GDP. Okay, over the last 20 years, the share of manufacturing sector has stagnated, means not increasing. Okay, remain stable at 17% of gross domestic product. I think you may be learning in economics classes what is GDP. So GDP, I think you may be knowing, it represents the total monetary value of all final goods and services produced within a country during a period of time, typically 1 year. And see, in case of India, manufacturing sector shares only 17% of gross domestic product, and out of this 17% of GDP, 27% is shared, okay, by industry, which include 10% for mining, quarrying, electricity and gas. Okay, so manufacturing sector shares 17% of GDP, and out of this 17% of GDP, 27% is shared by industry, including 10% for mining, quarrying, electricity and gas. So this is about the contribution of industry to national economy. And when we compare our growth with the other countries of the world, it is very low. See here, this is much lower, this value. Okay, the share of manufacturing sector to the GDP is much lower in comparison to some East Asian economies, where it is 25 to 35%. In some East Asian countries, okay, say for example this Korea, then Japan, then China, where the share of manufacturing to the GDP is ranging between 25 to 35%, but for India it is only 17%. The trend of growth rate in manufacturing in the last decade has been around 7% per annum. In case of India, the trend of growth of manufacturing sector over the last decade, has been around 7% per year. But the desired growth rate over the next decade, over the next 10 years, is 12%. In the last 10 years, the growth rate was only 7% per year. However, the target is 12% per year. The desired growth rate, the expected growth rate is 12% per year. Since 2003, manufacturing is once again growing at a rate of 9 to 10% per annum. That means increasing. Since 2003, manufacturing is once again growing at the rate of 9 to 10% per year, improving as compared to the previous years, with appropriate policy interventions by the government and the renewed efforts by industry to improve the productivity. Economists predict that manufacturing can achieve its target over the next decade. The government has been implementing new industrial policies, and because of that, new industrial policy improve the productivity of the industries, and efficiency of the industries has been increased, and that is why economists predict that manufacturing can achieve its target, that is this 12%, over the next 10 years. And for this purpose, the National Manufacturing Competitiveness Council, that is NMCC, has been set up with this objective. Actually, this National Manufacturing Competitiveness Council, NMCC, is a subordinate office, is a subordinate office under the Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion, Government of India. And this looks after all the manufacturing industry in India for the improvement. So any question from your side, boys and girls? Okay, then let us stop here for today. Don't forget to send your names in the WhatsApp group for attendance. Thank you for joining my class.